Saturday morning at home, live from Paris, we begin our NBC Sports Saturday, a big part of championship season. And the final preparations are being made for Olympic trials in many of the U.S. sports. Visa Gymnastics Championships to follow today, Adidas Grand Prix Track and Field. The third leg of the Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes, and then tonight, the Los Angeles Kings try to win their first Stanley Cup Game 5 in New Jersey.
Mélanie Oudin, américaine, Anna Ivanovic, Svetlana Kuznetsova.
Thomas Hogstad, who coaches Maria Sharapova, was with Li Na. He certainly seems to have made the right choice when it looked a little dubious when it first happened about a year and a half ago. And this was the key part of her game that she needed to straighten out. The one that really caused her a lot of problems because of that shoulder surgery. It's really taken a lot of work to finally gotten her confidence back with her serve.
Her road to 2 brought to you by ExxonMobil.
That was a really difficult day against Zakopalova, weather-wise, as it's been for quite a few matches. And that's why part of why she struggled so mightily, and that was where it was difficult to hold.
So Sharapova only played one player in the top 10. Sara Errani had a much tougher road and much more impressive wins. She's only they're only 10 days apart. They're both 25 years old. But as you mentioned, Ted, before here, she had never gotten past the second round of this tournament. Casey Delacroix, she said, was her hardest win. That was in the first round. Then she started gaining some confidence, beating former French Open champion Anna Ivanovic, former French Open champion Svetlana Kuznetsova, number 10 in the world, Angelique Kerber, and now she has taken over the number 10 spot in the rankings, and then beating Sam Stosur in a match where Stosur really screwed that one up. 48 unforced errors, let this kid back in, and she took every opportunity to do so. What a fighter she is. She's not just consistent, she's relentless, and she'll do everything she can to use that big forehand off her 5'4" frame. You can see, by the way, she had taped her her right thigh. She had that tape on her thigh in yesterday's doubles final, a match that went over 2 hours. So, yeah, Maria has played about 8.5 hours of tennis. Errani has played 10.5 hours of singles and 9.5 hours of doubles. This is her 13th match of the tournament.
What is she feeling right about now?
What about Maria? There's the chance for her to make a little history today.
Well, that's why Errani has the shot.
Yeah.
Because if the pressure, the weight of expectation gets to her.
These two have,
but of course, Ted, since they've never played, and since Errani's never been in this position, Maria Sharapova is going to make her feel this, moment. You better believe it.
Oddly, Sara Errani says that these two have played once. They were about 12. She believes they were 12 years old, and they played at Bollettieri. Sara Errani was sent there when she was 12, and if she remembers the score correctly, she lost 11-1 to Maria.
She's glad Maria doesn't remember.
Have a look at where Sara Errani is trying to return the serve of Sharapova. She's done this very effectively. If she steps too far back, she's giving up too much court, too many angles. So she stays tight to that baseline, and it works against Stosur.
That's why it's good for her to play doubles. She can more returns from that area are a hit.
30.
She's got quick feet and a quick mind. And her court positioning is very good. It's got to be when you're that little.
That high toss with the wind could be an issue.
It's a high toss, and it's a It's a long motion, too. And Maria's had some double faults this tournament. Not nearly the kind that have plagued her in seasons past. That's her 27th for the tournament. But because she's been returning so big, it frees her up more on her serve. She doesn't feel those double faults as much.
There's that better movement from Sharapova, because that was a tricky shot. When I saw her earlier, I played an exhibition in Stuttgart. You could tell that she seemed much more comfortable on the clay court surface. She's won a couple tune-ups. That's why she came in with the belief she could win this.
Did we envision the day we would say Maria Sharapova's record this year on red clay, 15-0.
Yeah.
Comfortable on clay now, and I'm actually enjoying playing on it. And that's oftentimes, I think you lived it, John, that's a huge mental barrier. Do you enjoy it?
If you can enjoy what you go through on this surface, I'm impressed, because there's been a lot of trials and tribulations for her, and there was definitely some second guessing on her part and others whether or not she could really get to this position. I mean, she can't ask for any better situation than this. This isn't playing Justine Henin out there, who's commentating. I saw her.
Did you?
She's the best. She's the only commentator I know that could still win this.
Although there are a lot of champions here today.
Yeah, and Chris Evert was here for 2 weeks.
Exactly.
She's still the all-time greatest, 7 French Open titles.
15-0.
Martina, she won 2 French Opens, 9 Wimbledons, and she saw Maria play when Maria was just 6 years old, playing in a clinic in Moscow. She was impressed. Maria's father, Yuri, said, what should we do with her? And she said, take her to America. That's how she got to Balotelli's. Martina said, this kid's going to be good. And guys, I asked Martina what it was that she saw in Maria. You know what she said? I liked the way she walked. She was 6 years old. I liked the way she walked. How cool
What does
is
she
that?
mean? What do you think she meant?
She had,
swagger?
because, well, yeah, she had a carriage about her already. And this kind of focus when she was just a little kid.
Errani's pretty tidy at net. She, because of her doubles expertise, her volleying skills are pretty good. Obviously, she's very, very wound up. I've never been in this position. This is where Maria Sharapova wants to take an early lead, just because she's got so much more experience. It's like she's walking out in the court up a break. That's on the line.
That's always the question when someone's in their first ever major final. Can they focus on tennis and not the occasion? Maria did this kind of work when she was just 17 years old and won Wimbledon against Serena Williams, who was going for her 3rd straight. Astonishing effort.
30-40.
The difference is, for Errani, she doesn't have a lot of firepower, a lot of fight, yes. Very athletic. Can run all day, but she can't hurt you.
Well, and there's the first indication of what is referenced in our beginning. Errani's struggled to hold her serve today. And there you see the list of the women who've won the career Grand Slam. That dates back, obviously, in Maureen Connolly's case, before the Open era, and several others there. Serena Held all 4 titles at once. So did Martina. Held all 4 titles at once.
She had 6 in a row at once as much.
Yes.
She's come out and obviously hitting the ball very clean.
15-0.
Sending quite a message to Errani early. Her ball, Errani's, by the way, which she tries to use topspin on, particularly that forehand, that's going to be right where Sharapova likes it. That's in as well. Always had that focus. That's so true. Intensity there.
40-0.
That's got to be depressing when you hit a return, the ball comes right back to you off the pole.
Now that is a dream start. But what Maria Sharapova hopes is the realization of a dream. Live from Paris, the Women's Championship at the French Open. Maria Sharapova's first appearance in this championship match. Monday, she will regain the #1 ranking in the world for the first time in 4 years. And today she hopes to grab this one prize and make it a career slam.
Well, that is why she's regained the #1 ranking. If you had any questions about the excellence of her return to serve.
That was 81 miles an hour. Errani switched rackets, bought herself out of her old racket contract to use this livelier one and longer one, about an inch longer. She was looking for more pop on the ball. She said it's added 10 Ks to her serve, so that's 6 miles an hour. And she's still in like the low 80s. In fact, Errani's fastest serve of the tournament was 95. Now, the tournament, they recorded 100 of the 128 women in the draw on the courts with radar. And Errani's fastest was 95. She was number 100 on the list of fastest serves.
Out of 100?
Out of 100. Right in front of her was Vanya King, another doubles player.
And you just see all the numbers there backed up what Mary said. That dramatic serve difference.
That's
a line. Now Errani's having trouble winning points, and shots like this just kind of add sting to the wound.
Almost 4 games in, and Errani has only won 4 of them, 4 points. Maria's already claimed some lines.
Hawkeye presented by Fidelity.
That's what she's got to try to do. She's got to use that slice. It's a pretty good shot.
40.
She's quite tall, Maria Sharapova, so she's going to have a tougher time with this ball. What a way to have to make a living for Errani. I mean, it shows you how well she competes with this serve. This is a liability.
That you can imagine why she's been getting 80% of her first serves in for the tournament, because here comes her second. That's a nice depth from Errani. You're playing against a big babe.
45.
You want to keep them as far away from you as possible.
Maria shouldn't allow herself to get sucked into these type of long points. That's Errani's only chance.
And it does make you wonder, Mary, how Errani beats Stosur, who's considered one of the better servers in the women's game.
Stosur really helped her out. I mean, Sam I don't know how she's been sleeping these last couple of nights. Almost 50 unforced errors, and just very, very uncertain display from the reigning U.S. Open champ.
And that's like putting it up on a tee for
Mademoiselle Sharapova.
That's about 68 miles an hour. Ooh.
68, and it's just in the middle
right
of the
strike zone. Yeah.
I mean, it's not even close to a line. Something tells me in the double she's not serving in volley. Somehow winning, serving and staying back.
Mademoiselle Sharapova. Mademoiselle Sharapova, même pas.
Tremendous start. Everything Maria would have wanted. 4 easy games. Here's our Ally Bank player profile. Maria Sharapova's season. Those 2 red clay championships leading right into to Paris.
Yeah, those are 2 big events. I mean, she beat some tough players to win those titles. Keep in mind that Errani won 3 smaller clay court events, and as Maria said, she's won more clay court matches than anyone on the year. But Maria, I mean, again, that she has gone undefeated in the red clay season, that says an awful lot about how hard she's worked to get herself back to #1. Surviving that shoulder surgery, which screwed up this part of her game for a long time. It's her second double fault.
One of the fascinating admissions that Sharapova has made during this French Open is that she doesn't do well with game plans.
Poor Thomas.
And that's what yesterday she laughed about that. She said, he's always yelling at me. Didn't you follow what we talked about? Well, here's the first glimmer for Errani.
Well, the crowd's already realized that she's going to need their help.
Here's her first winner.
I just won't like it if I see them try to bring Maria's game down as opposed to just pumping Errani up, not applaud like bad shots. Make this Errani earn it a bit. Step up her level.
Well,
after this 4-game streaky start, now this is Errani's coach.
It seems the only way Errani can win games at the moment is if she throws in these double faults and gives her points. I'd be content to just hit a high percentage first serve in Sharapova and be willing to get in exchange for a few rallies, because the truth is Errani's not a big returner. She does try to step in and take it early, but she doesn't go for too much.
All confirmed out. Hawkeye, presented by Fidelity.
15-40.
Well, that's called out. Maria wants to, yep, going to now accept it. So, Errani gets one break back, her first game. Well, on Women's Championship Day in Paris, this stadium seats about 15,000, filled with champions, and getting the prime seat alongside the president of the French Federation is three-time champion Monica Seles.
She would have won a lot more too. Just the greatest match player I've ever seen. We talk about how Nadal and Sharapova play every point for all it's worth. Monica did that better than anyone.
There's the touch at net.
Second winner of the match.
These are the type of things she's going to need to do. Exactly. There's like the moon ball. Forces Sharapova back, and she's a good volleyer. And she plays doubles well. She won it yesterday, and she's won a lot of events this year.
Errani trying to do something that's a rarity in today's game, to win both the singles and the doubles. Last done, I think, by a woman here, Mary Pierce, in 2000. In the men's open era, only once has that happened. Ken Rosewall, the first year of the open era, 1968.
I thought Kafelnikov won the singles and doubles here, the French. 96
on the men's side, yeah.
Yeah, you're my fact checker. Thank you. Did I tell you it's happened twice in the open era on the men's side?
It's not easy, I suppose.
That's a pretty great shot to go for a winner from that far away. But Errani was gaining the court, and Maria, who doesn't move that, she moves well on the clay now, but she's still not that quick. She knows she's got to end this point, go for a winner. She does that a lot if you're coming to net against her. She just goes, she blasts something, and a lot of times they go in.
Sure, that was part of her game plan to try to get Maria on the move. The execution is not there yet for her.
Francesca Schiavone showed when she won this 2 years ago and got to the final last year. She's a master at giving you a lot of variety, but Schiavone got to the net an awful lot more. When she beat Stosur in the final 2 years ago, most of her winners came from the net. From Errani. She's the kind of player, this kid, when she starts to play well, you don't see her winners go up necessarily, you see her opponent's errors go up.
Or at least she's in this match now. She's gotten rid of some of the nerves, and Sharapova's feeling some pressure. The crowd's getting solidly behind Errani, and that's helped her.
It's fascinating to look at this. The person in tennis that Sara Errani says she most admires, David Ferrer. That's pretty insightful, isn't it?
That makes sense. Yeah. You know, guy's a little guy playing against giants. It's the same with her. just very big, beautifully struck ball.
15-0.
Three-time French champion sitting next to Elena Stasi. She also won the U.S. Open. She was honored earlier this week by the ITF. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. For all the Fed Cup plays she played.
Man. I think we all understand what Arantxa's feeling right now. I can see again.
That ball dropped right on the line.
Yeah, that's the second one that's happened to Errani.
Ely won this event as well. It was in the final, too. Of course, Errani likes to run around that backhand if she can and hit that forehand a la actually Maria Sharapova, Rafa Nadal coming over her head, and Sharapova is good enough to hit winners with that backhand. It's just where Errani hits it is just so good for her. She's got to get her moving. I would definitely advocate using some more slice if she could.
All right, well, Sharapova has put a stop to any roll here by Errani. Now we are live in Paris for Maria Sharapova, trying to kick off a weekend that's going to be filled with history. If she can win today, of course, tomorrow, the men's championship at 9 a.m. Eastern on NBC. History at stake on both sides as Djokovic and Nadal meet for the first time ever in the French final.
Premier service.
Mentioned in the opening how much tennis Errani has played. She's certainly a road runner. She's obviously very fit. Those legs have looked, I mean, when you combine that with the nerves in this occasion, she's not moving as well as she normally does. Shell-shocked. When you look at this, Marion, you think there should be weight classes, don't you?
And I was just going to ask, do you think the weight of shot, this is something we talk about with Nadal a lot, but in this case, is the weight of shot hurting her?
Oh, absolutely.
Hurting Errani?
She's never faced Maria before. She's not used to this kind of pace. It's robbing her of time. Yeah, it's hard to think clearly when the ball just keeps coming right back at you. Errani robs her opponents of time by playing so tight to the court and trying to manage it well. But right now she's not yet able to handle the pace. Maybe she'll need a set just to get used to it.
Well, it's just about up. Couple set point. Only on court 29 minutes.
30-40.
Good save. Let's see how much better chance she has if she can get Sharapova moving on the run.
45.
It's harder for her to stop herself and push back into the court. Starting to mix it up more. You know, that slice is going to be good for her. If she can just hang in there at the back, and then she can go bigger on the forehand. Even there, she sliced that forehand. That's something she needs to be doing.
Anything ball low?
I think so, yeah, because Maria's so tall.
Merci.
Errani saved 2 set points. And it'll be Sharapova's challenge now to close out the first set. Let's have our Mercedes-Benz Ask the Expert question. It is the theme, one of today's themes. What has Maria Sharapova done to improve on clay?
You know, I'm not so sure that she's that much better. I mean, I think she was pretty darn good in a way before. I mean, obviously, it's her experience has helped her.
Do you think she's moving better?
Well, I do think she's moving better. That would be certainly a factor. But I don't think in a way, her competition, this is like, the timing of this is beautiful. Her competition isn't as difficult as it was this event.
Well, there's the incredible roadrunner you talked about.
I mean, she's you got to love her for her effort. There's no doubt about that. Timing can be everything. And in this case, when you look up, I saw again, you see someone like Serena losing first round where they were supposed to play in the quarters. Hennon's doing commentary. Kleister's chosen not to play. Azarenka's not as confident on clay. That's her weaker surface. Who was the person that was ranked higher than her? But the greats, the champions, I mean, look, you get a career Grand Slam. You're in rarefied air.
Mary, we've touched on this throughout this event, that the women's game doesn't have a Nadal.
No.
And that would have been Justine.
That would, yeah, Justine Henin certainly was. She won this 4 times, and she was a beautiful clay court player. And there aren't any clay court specialists anymore, except that Maria has become that, and I do. She said she's learned patience, and she hates patience, and she certainly has worked very hard on her movement.
30-15.
And there are so many great champions, as we know, on both sides that did not win this title. Kim Clijsters has won. As great a player as Kim Clijsters has been, she had 2 very tough final losses here.
just timed it perfectly. Knew that Sharapova may not have a whole lot left in the tank to make that quick move, so she didn't have to hit it too big. Great decision.
18-shot rally.
Not the right type of rallies that Sharapova should be in. Zeroing in again on this first set point. The 3 on her own serve this time. She should, to me, again, not risk a whole lot on her first serve. Just hit a solid serve, and she can dictate the point from there like she did at 30 all. Just like that.
Nice finish. Turned it, took that right up the line. So Maria Sharapova, halfway to her first French Open title and a career Grand Slam.
I think she had all this there. That's what they're going for today, and that's about right now. That's about the size of these two, side by side. So Schiavone in that match, Stosur, to get to that final 2 years ago, had beaten Henin, Serena, and Jankovic. So Schiavone faces Sam Stosur, and in that match, the Italian, who'd been on the tour for 14 years and was finally in her first major final, had 6 aces, was 14 of 15 winners from the net. I mean, she played a remarkable match. Wasn't that fun? How emotional.
Well, she went for it, right? That's what we remember about that day.
But she's got a lot more firepower to her game, a lot more variety than Errani does. This is one of the problems.
And Schiavone's credit, she came back and made the finals again last year.
She did. And Li Na had beaten Maria in the semis. And then she took out Schiavone in the final. But Schiavone said after she won, Italian tennis changed. Her juniors were signing up for clinics, tennis clubs, people were joining. And Schiavone says, we are not a big country, but we are Italian. We have big hearts.
Little bathroom break by Errani to try to, if nothing else, get Maria to be a little chilly. I mean, it's not a hot day. Still a fair amount of wind. Try to get her cooled down.
Schiavone, because she's got so much game from everywhere on the court, including and especially the net, she could change. She had so much variety. She could change with spins, slices, pace. It would be hard for this woman to change pace, because to change pace, you kind of require something.
That's an absolutely beautiful shot there. It looked for all the world that she was going to go cross court, and she shortened her swing. Take a look at this. She couldn't get as much on as maybe she wanted, but she slid. You see that slide? Yeah. That's the thing that if you wanted to pick one thing to me, she's actually learned how to slide on this surface. That's a spectacular shot to get the triple break point. You know how much easier it is to return when you know that the balls, can't be hit by you? When the hardest serve you're going to see is 85, 90 miles an hour?
Well, that is not going to be the case, obviously. Tomorrow, when we've got history on the line on both sides. Novak Djokovic trying for a Djokovic slam, holding all 4 majors, which, by the way, neither of his 2 main rivals have done. But Rafa Nadal will be trying to become the greatest champion ever here, his 7th French on the line. And it's noteworthy because it's the first time they've played here in the finals. It's our upcoming match presented by Mercedes-Benz, and it's live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. East, 6 a.m. West on NBC. What Sharapova wants to prevent is something that has not happened here, shockingly, in 11 years. There has not been a women's final here that has gone to the 3rd set since that fabulous final between Capriati and Clijsters in 2001.
Congratulations to Jennifer Capriati. Be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Well deserved.
You know, those fans, I think they got turned away from watching the McEnroe brothers doubles match earlier today. Not enough room in the stadium.
Well, they make you feel good about being out there, I must say, the French.
That's the great Court 1 where they've set up a screen. Those with either Longland tickets today or grounds passes can go in there and watch.
That's a play she needs to go for more, because she's good at net. She's got some good hands. She's got to do something different, change gears, and this is would be one of her best hopes, to get her off balance a little and then charge the net. She's a good volleyer. That's why she wins so much in doubles. She can get away with that serve. A little bit out of her element to have to go bigger on the return. She's more content to get a lot of balls back. This is hard for her to have to take chances, risk on the return. Just keep hitting serves like that. That's safe serves, high percentage serves, but ones that she can't be hurt by. Quite windy out there. Very tough to serve. I mean, she's been very sharp considering these conditions, Maria.
For the weight of shot was bothering Errani. It doesn't seem to be bothering her as much now.
I think she really did need to get used to it and spend a lot of that first set getting used to it. And now she's picking her spots well. I mean, you have got to be so opportunistic. If there's any way you can open up a point, get yourself to the net. And her hands are so soft and clever. I mean, her best shot is to try to pressure Sharapova with doubles tactics. You know, take the ball early, get in behind it. The challenge is again, doing it off of so much pace.
I'm actually impressed by Maria's defensive skills. She's been able to sort of hang in some points where she looked to be in trouble and get back on the offense. I mean, that was not a ball that she's normally misses.
Maria Sharapova trying to win her first ever French Open. Sara Errani trying to shock the world if she can win this.
That's using your height well there. This is a much smaller opponent.
We're live with you on NBC from Paris. Mary Carrillo, John McEnroe, Ted Robinson, our NBC Sports team on championship weekend.
It's in.
Oh. Well, Ronnie's had a few of those. That she's just had to drop her head.
She'd be better off even going shorter than sort of that ball that's just sitting like a dead duck as we look at the match summary.
Brought to you by Cannon Power Shot. The numbers?
Well, not surprisingly, it's Maria that's dictating all the play. I mean, that goes without saying. She's going to make some mistakes, but it's even more on one side than it appears on the stats so far to me. She'd be well served to keep that percentage high in the first serve. Play it a little safer. Stay away from having to hit a lot of second serves.
I mean, it's interesting to see how she can. Now, it's about an 85-mile-an-hour serve, and yet Errani, she can hit that serve and sort of dictate the point.
Well, not often.
Yeah.
She's got to be extremely alert for the second shot. She doesn't win a lot of points on her serve. She wins after the serve. Mostly off her forehand side. But you got to admire the fight. Forza Italia.
Just the type of shots you utilize in doubles. And she should have lost the point, obviously, here. Got that second chance. And that's a good play by her to hustle her way back to net and take that net over. There's a couple good overheads. Often players now stay back. They don't even take charge forward as all players used to or taught. You hit a lob over, so you come right in.
service.
And there, that's got to hurt Errani because she tried to actually go a little bigger. And
she might be candidate for an underhand serve, you know, because she's got such good hands. Like Chang did with Lendl.
double.
40-30.
That's equally painful.
No, Maria's made some double fault. That's her first, but she can afford to. Not Errani. Not here. Already down a break in the set.
40.
When you watch Errani in this match, and there are baseballs, you see her coach urging her on. Pablo Lozano. There are baseball pitchers who specialize in changeups, and Errani's like one of those whose first serve is a changeup and her second is a changeup off the changeup.
Jamie Moyer, the women's tour.
And credit to her, because we've referenced Sharapova on Monday will be number 1. Sara Errani on Monday will be number 10 in the world.
She needs this game big time.
And she got it. A dicey deuce point moment. All right, those are the rankings that are projected for the WTA. On Monday, Maria, after 4 years, gets back to the top. And Errani, look at that, astounding. She was 38 in the world last year during Roland Garros. She'll be 10 in the world.
These conditions have gotten even more difficult. The wind is really causing some problems, and I think it would hurt Sharapova more. This might be an opportunity for Errani somehow to get into this match. Put her to execute. She's done an excellent job so far. There's an example of a ball that she's trying to take early. Skids off the line. It's got some pretty good spin, but you can see for Maria, that's right in her wheelhouse. That's nice. That's the hardest serve she's hit today. 183 kilometers. What's that, about 115? That has some good zip on it.
Fourth ace.
I wonder if Errani would be better served at back off. You know, stand much farther back. Give Sharapova a different look. You know, give herself some more time to take a better swing at these serves. You're going to see Nadal tomorrow. When he plays Djokovic, he's going to be way, way back returning.
And Errani's position, Mary, I'm assuming that took the kick out of Stosur's serve in their match.
Yeah, Stosur had beaten Sapolkova the round before, and Sapolkova was really trying to return her from so deep and was getting nowhere with it.
And that's not going to be an issue in this match.
So I think Errani has to stay that tight to the baseline because she's going to try to use Maria's pace against her. Like that. If she steps too far back, then she's going to have to be the one creating pace, and she doesn't really own a lot of pace. And now she's way off the court.
I'd go old school, moon ball. Play a lot.
You had an impressive moon ball today, by the way.
Did I?
The hang time.
Did you go lunar?
John did.
I went a little nuts. I don't know if that's the same as lunar. I thought that was an ace.
Well, that's what everybody's going to take a look at here.
I thought that hit.
Errani scratches. Allison Lang is out of the chair.
Oh,
says
boy,
out.
That's annoying when that happens. It skidded off the line. And yes, that's what I thought. I thought it caught some of the line, but it's second serve. That's a big turn of events potentially.
Because of that, Errani now gets an opening. She had one break of serve in the first set. That was when she was down 4-love. This one gets her square in the second set.
She sort of totally changed the backswing and flipped it. But that was just the right play. I mean, this was a good ball, first of all. Just the fact that Errani got it back. That ball was skidding.
Yeah.
And she really made sure she got under it. That was break point down.
And that has a little Nadal-like look, doesn't it?
Totally. So similar. Pretty well, if you ask me, there. Certainly looks to be working on the sprinting there to get to that enough time to really flick her wrist.
I've watched Maria work out a lot. When she's practicing, so much of it is about footwork without even a ball on the court. I mean, just great speed work, training, movement, balance. Her balance is so much better. You're 6'2". You've got her center of gravity is riding up high, but she has. I mean, apart from all the rehab she's had to do with her shoulder, what she's done to become a more balanced and effective mover is impressive. I mean, it's not like she needed the money.
It's true.
She's 3 games away from a career slam. NBC Sports Championship season tonight. The Los Angeles Kings will take their second shot at winning their first ever Stanley Cup. 45 years of existence. It's Game 5 in New Jersey, 8 Eastern. The Stanley Cup final presented by Geico tonight.
Talk about an inviting serve to hit for Sharapova.
0-30.
A rare, mediocre return by Sharapova that sat up short enough for Errani to actually do something with her. This is her favorite shot, the forehand. Hasn't had too many looks like that. Well, because she's so close, she maybe tensed up a little bit because she had that 4-1 looking at setting 4-1. Get the double break. That's what Maria wants now. A little bit insurance.
Let's premier service.
One thing, Errani would keep battling. Ivanovic almost beat her third round. Last year, she played one of our great hopes, Christina McHale. McHale had her 5-love in the third set and lost to her. So she will fight to the bitter end. Another game she needs to have. It's almost like target practice, a ball machine. He's grooving here. Put it right where I want it. Didn't have to move at all. Just turn the body, step in. Thank you very much.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Errani.
She is certainly, in the Lindsay Davenport mold, a great ball striker. It's absolutely beautiful off both sides. Nice, because she used the angle a lot shorter than Errani expected. It's tough to tell what she's gonna do. She can certainly ill afford to hit these short balls, Errani.
And Errani right here is hanging by a very thin thread. Sharapova looked to be directing towards her backhand on that exchange.
Mademoiselle Errani. Égalité.
Would there be a temptation in Sharapova's shoes to pull back even in like 3% in returns?
I think she already is.
Do you? Okay.
I think she's playing it for her.
Point the next one out to me, please.
The one that she's pulling back.
Well, wait a minute. This is a big moment for her. Let's face it. I mean, she's a couple of games away from winning the French Open, from a career Grand Slam.
See how she didn't go for the line?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we have to make another quick shout out to Nick Bollettieri, who coached both of these two. They both spent time in his academy. And I'll never forget when Maria was about 10 years old, Nick said to me in his inimitable way, Nick said,
"Remember this name, Mary dear? Maria Sharapova."
and boy, was he right, sort of. And again, we're so happy to hear that Nick is doing better. Got an email from him yesterday. He's out of the hospital from double pneumonia. Nice that he's, I'm sure he's watching every second of this.
And we should also send out our best to our longtime NBC colleague, Bud Collins.
No kidding.
Whose absence is duly noted. With an institution in the tennis world.
Unfortunately, Bud's got to miss Wimbledon for the first time in 45 years. Hopefully he'll be back for the Open.
Maria's just really stepping it up to pressure. Put the hammer down here.
Oh, that's pretty.
So
It's not good enough.
Errani was pretty and Sharapova was gorgeous. 2 games away.
Errani was so certain that she'd struck a winner. The beautiful little volley. What a charge from Sharapova to hustle up and get that one and fire it back at her, causing the error and bringing Maria Sharapova now 2 games away from a career Grand Slam. And her first French Open, as Maria said the other day, there are not too many firsts left for me.
these Italians are not expressive.
No, I know. Oh, that was agony. But didn't that point emphasize the Ask the Experts question we had earlier? I mean, that Sharapova got to that ball?
Yes.
And could do something with it?
Learning how to move forward like that. Not just side to side. That's impressive.
I played a guy named Chris Lewis once in the '83 Wimbledon final. At first I thought, oh, good, this unheralded guy, you know, the pressure's on me. And the more I thought about it, you know, this, you can't ask for more because he can't hurt me. And you go out there and execute, it's yours. And I'm willing to bet that Maria Sharapova had the same exact feeling when she played this girl, Errani. Nothing that Errani can do can hurt her at all. And if she goes out, as she's been playing, a beautiful match so far, is dominating her. You don't get those chances very often. You know, this is what an opportunity to get your career slam. And all that hard work pays off to get a chance like this.
I'm puzzled by the question when the French reporter who talked to the players before asked Errani just before walking on the court, you know, you must be okay because you have nothing to lose. I'm always puzzled by that question. I would think that she would walk on this court thinking,
this is my
probably never going to get a shot to do this again.
I think the better question, I mean, that she has much less pressure than Maria.
Yes.
That's really much more the
pressure from everybody else, right?
35.
5 doubles today. Those have been of minimal harm.
Met that one beautifully.
Boy, did she ever need that. That's the only outright winner I can think of that she's hit off the return. Maybe one other. Certainly, you feel like she's had a guess. I mean, this was 30 love, this game.
Oh! Well, stays alive. Still down a break. Going to force Sharapova to keep playing. Well, a great way on this weekend NBC Sports Championship season to cap off our coverage of the French Open. Nadal and Djokovic live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. They played here before, but never in the final. And this modern, updated version of Djokovic, this will be the first time he plays Rafa here. They've played finals everywhere else. They've played in huge situations, but tomorrow history will be made by either man.
4th straight final, the two played 4 slams in a row. Could there be a rule ever where you could allow your opponent to serve twice in a row? Not have to serve at all? Can it be made? Because that's what she needs. Talk about climbing a mountain. No, you serve again. Sharapova saw the corner of her eye coming in. This is a beautiful little passing shot. Not going for the winner, just getting it low.
And you can imagine how much, even though she's been here before and won titles before, in this moment before, that she's got to be fighting the overamp.
Yeah,
to not try to end it too quick.
She's definitely got the adrenaline pumping.
That does work. And Maria Sharapova will be back to serve for the career Grand Slam. Well, we first saw her. This is really the first time the tennis world watched her. This astounding day at 17 years of age, out-hitting Serena Williams on center court Wimbledon.
See there?
U.S. and Australia. John, those were before the shoulder surgery that took her away from the game.
This may be the sweetest of all. I guess the first one to beat Serena, but now after all the battles with injury, serving for the match. With some new balls, maybe help Errani at least briefly.
Maria's mother has been here, she said, in Paris, with her fiancé, Sasha Vujacic, is finishing up his basketball season in Turkey.
Couldn't make it.
She said he'll be joining shortly.
Well, it's a little late, maybe.
And there's so much more to come for Sharapova, because not only will she play Wimbledon, but she will be back at Wimbledon for the Olympics. She's never played the Olympics. She missed Beijing because of her shoulder surgery.
Is she playing for the U.S. or Russia?
She's been representing Russia internationally, so.
Seems unusual since she's been in the States since 6.
Her country of birth is Russia. Her tennis is 100% American.
We're going to take all the credit right now. Well, she's run out of tricks. She is up against, her back was against the wall one moment she's walked out on this court. A lot to be proud of to get to this point. The finals of the French Open. Coming from out of nowhere, really. This crowd is used to sitting for hours on end with the best of 5-set matches of the men, so they'd be perfectly happy to see some more tennis.
And I think, John, through the years, we've seen a fair number of first-timers that have wilted in this moment, that have not been able to handle the play for a championship.
What a way to get match point. She hasn't wilted. She's just this is a different level.
That's what I was, after the first 4 games, right? I think Errani has competed very well.
She came out obviously because it has never been there, extremely tight and wound up, and Sharapova used her experience to take advantage. But here we are, Ted. Match point for a career slam for Maria Sharapova.
Long.
Mary has gotten out of the court, by the way, to get that interview. So expecting this one to end right up the next couple points. One match point saved. I'm sure this was a part of the game plan, but perhaps the nerves got in the way earlier in the match, because now that she's gotten herself in at least the flow, it's starting to come that shot more readily, more easily, and it's clearly one that I'm sure they thought they could utilize to their advantage. Too little, too late. It certainly appears. It's going to be a big burst of applause. She can get one of these breaks back. The pace. The shot is amazing.
John, what you sense is this crowd really appreciates what that woman is doing, that Errani, despite being just basically outgunned here, is fighting hard.
Everyone that watches this sport has to respect her for what she's trying to do.
And they understand that Maria's playing at a very deliberate pace here, given the gravity of the moment.
She's playing, we must say, an exceptional match.
Yeah.
Considering that she's trying to make history herself, to win this for the first time, to get the career slam, it's incredibly good match. Match point number 2.
Sara Errani is going to make championship point the toughest for Maria Sharapova.
Well, Maria had an opportunity early in that rally. Matter of fact, off the serve, she chose to take a ball in the air. It was a tricky shot to have to go big on. Eventually, Errani got into another rally, a longer one.
Merci. S'il vous plaît. Merci.
That's a way to shut the crowd up.
Sixth ace. And given what she has been through, her fitting ending here on her third championship point could well be another ace.
Oh boy, that would be just the way to do it. Absolutely.
And Maria Sharapova will shed tears into the red clay. She has won the prize that so many wonder if they'll ever get, the French Open Championship and a career Grand Slam.
Elle remporte ses premiers internationaux de France, le 4e manchette qui lui manquait, Maria Sharapova.
Spectacularly well handled. And I think, given her problems here in the past, you can see pretty obviously what it meant to her to get this done.
And remember that not only has Maria come back from shoulder surgery, the kind of surgery that could threaten a career, such an impact on her serve. Then there's the frustration of having been to a couple of finals, Wimbledon last summer, Australia this year, and not getting over that hurdle.
Well, she seemed to almost derive more energy and effort from the doubters. Boy, she told everyone, I don't care what you said. And here she is. I mean, must say that this is well-deserved for her to have this career slam, 25 years of age.
The 10th time Maria Sharapova has played Roland Garros, the first time she had reached the final. And now she is a French Open champion. She has won each of... We'll have the trophy presentation. But Coach Thomas Hogstead, who will today say, yes, you followed the game plan. That's Cecil Mamet, who's Maria's hitting partner. He's a former pro himself. We'll have the trophy presentation. Mary Carrillo is going to be on the court, as always, and she'll have a chance to speak to the champion. And we'll look ahead at tomorrow's men's final. Maria Sharapova, a career Grand Slam. Well, Maria Sharapova has just literally climbed up into the stands, walked through the French Federation box to hug her coach Thomas Hogstead. That's Cecil Mamet, former touring pro.
Both were touring former pros, Cecil and Thomas Hogstead. A story to tell that baby in years to come.
Maria Sharapova's,
now she's like, how do I get back?
as you said, John, her fame and celebrity are unquestioned. She recently, just several weeks ago, Forbes put out their list of the top 100 powerful celebrities in the world. I mean, this crossing all spectrums. And 5 tennis players in that, the most of any sport, including Maria Sharapova. And that's what I'm saying. Even despite that, you can tell what this means to her.
First and foremost, she's a tennis player, and a great, great one at that.
We will return to Paris. Trophy presentation, interviews with the finalists still to come on NBC. Well, Maria Sharapova has made her way back onto the court after going up into the stands to celebrate with her group. They've got a new little stage introduced this year at Roland Garros. Finally, just about have everybody in position, and the Coupe Suzanne Lenglen will be presented here in a moment to Sharapova. Here come the trophies, the runner-up trophy to Errani. These moments, I've always been amazed, John, how much I've been impressed. These moments show to me so much of the best of tennis. It shows almost always the great sportsmanship of the winner, and it shows incredible character to me to the runner-up, who has to sit and wait and be part of a ceremony that they probably would oftentimes prefer to avoid.
Yeah, they probably prefer to at this moment, but in retrospect, I bet you that if years go by this, I thank God I was even a part of it, even if I did lose. I mean, you see all those past champions in the box, the French Federation box. Do we know who's giving the trophy this year? Well, I guess we'll find out, right?
So we've had multiple French Open champions here today, and there'll be Monica Seles.
That's good.
That's coming out to present the Coupe Suzanne Lenglen to Maria Sharapova, who has fulfilled her own dream today. Will finally capture the French Open and a career Grand Slam. Well, they have now prepared themselves and organized all on the court. Jean Gachassin, and credit to him, president of the French Federation. Let's say one thing, that guy's a heck of a tennis fan.
Yeah, he used to be a rugby player, but he's an athlete, so he really thinks the same way the players do. And it's so good to see Monica here. She's the person that is the most responsible for seeing players like Sharapova play the way they do, return so big. She was the first one I saw that stepped into the court and made the return serve a weapon that it is today. So fitting, certainly, that she's up there to give Maria Sharapova the trophy.
First honored is the chair umpire, Allison Lang. Sara Errani has already shed a few tears, and you get a feeling Maria Sharapova is ready to burst herself.
Runner-up of the 2012
Couldn't blame either one of them.
Maria Sharapova.
I think they said runner-up Maria Sharapova. They announced.
Well, that's an unintentional way to break the tension, isn't it? That gets everybody smiling. That's nice for Errani.
Now the Italians up in their box are chanting, and they rewrite history. Whoops. Okay, now we got it right.
It's still a performance it's a career performance in 2 weeks for a player. Sara Errani will take home from here the runner-up singles trophy and the doubles championship.
Savor this moment.
The coach there, Pablo Lozano, he won a couple of mixed doubles titles here at the French.
Mesdames et messieurs, elle remporte aujourd'hui son premier titre des internationaux de France. Ladies and gentlemen, today she has won her first French Open title, Maria Sharapova.
That I think your line was perfect, John. She is a tennis player.
I've never seen any of her off-court stuff get in the way of what she's just accomplished. This career
Mesdames et
slam.
messieurs, l'hymne national russe. Ladies and gentlemen, the Russian national
Now
anthem.
the honor here, the national anthem of the winner's home country. Russia took such pride in Maria Sharapova when she won Wimbledon. Remember, her mobile phone rang on the court, and it was Putin. And when she left the court and went across the street to do interviews back to Russia.
Pour le public, few words for the crowd.
Hi, I just want to say congratulate to Maria for the tournament, and today you play a good match. And I want to thank everybody that make possible this tournament, all the people that is here today, and volevo dire che questo premio è vostro perché mi avete fatto essere la persona che sono e mi avete fatto essere qua oggi.
In Italian, she ended up with a huge thank you to her
Tous
parents.
ceux qui ont rendu ce tournoi possible et surtout le public. Et en italien, elle ajoute: je voudrais vous remercier tout spécialement, tous ceux qui ont fait que je suis là aujourd'hui, que je suis ce que je suis.
The true international nature of the sport always comes out in this trophy presentation. Everything with Schiavone,
Sarah,
the champion here 2 years ago, watches.
tu as eu énormément de choses positives pendant ce tournoi. Première finale en Grand Chelem. Et lundi, tu vas être membre des 10 premières mondiales. You're going to be a top 10 member on Monday. First Grand Slam final. It's very, very positive.
I don't feel like top 10, but I will be top 10. But it's incredible for me. I can't believe it, and I'm so happy for that.
Sarah nous dit, je ne me sens pas vraiment.
Everything translated back. That is Cedric Peeling, by the way, a former outstanding player himself who handles these chores at the French Open.
He's liking it more and more. He was in the finals of Wimbledon, finals Open.
Qu'à partir d'aujourd'hui, ta vie va changer. Do you realize from today on, your life is going to change?
I hope it doesn't change. I want the same life.
Sarah ajoute: j'espère que ma vie ne va pas changer. Je veux garder la même vie.
Merci d'applaudir Sara Errani. Maria, quelques mots, few words, please.
Well, first in English, Sarah, what an amazing tournament. I've seen you play throughout the last 2 weeks, and the way you've performed, and the match you gave me today was extremely difficult, and I really hope, I know it's our first meeting against each other, but I hope we get to play many more times and be at the stage of the tournament, so congratulations.
Sarah pour un tournoi extraordinaire. Elle l'a regardé jouer pendant ces 2 dernières semaines et le match aujourd'hui a été très disputé. C'est notre première rencontre, dit-elle, mais j'espère qu'il y en aura d'autres.
Maintenant, je parlais français un petit peu, mais...
Oh, now many of us understand that. I've been there. Just a little French.
Je voudrais dire merci beaucoup pour votre soutien. C'est un magnifique moment dans ma carrière. Et I don't know what else to say in French, but it's...
That gesture alone will be appreciated.
I'm really speechless. It's been such a journey for me to get to this stage. I don't know. I have so many people to thank, but most importantly is my wonderful team that keeps me together. My coach Thomas for being there for me, for making me stronger. Juan for taking care of my body. Gracias para todo. And Cecil, thank you for being a great addition to my team. Michael as well, thank you for all your work throughout the years. You really got me here on stage through all these injuries. Vladimir, who's not here, we'll see you in a few weeks. He's another part of my team. And most importantly, my mother and my father. They're my rock that keep me together, that keep me up every single day, that keep me motivated, that kept me going through all the tough days and the good. Я вас очень сильно люблю.
Je ne sais pas quoi ajouter d'autre en français, je n'ai pas les mots, ça a été un tel parcours pour arriver à aujourd'hui. Je voudrais remercier mon équipe, mon coach Thomas, Juan, mon préparateur physique, Siso, parce qu'il vient de rentrer dans l'équipe, Michael pour tout le travail qu'il a fait au cours de ces années, Vladimir qui n'est pas là aujourd'hui, et surtout mon père et ma mère qui sont mon rock, ma motivation.
It took me many years to get to the stage. 8 years ago, it was my first breakthrough Grand Slam. I got to the quarterfinals, and 8 years from that day, I'm here on this stage, and I'm so happy to share this moment with all of you today. And thank you, Monica. You're an inspiration to me. Thank you for giving me the trophy. When I was young, I always wanted to compete against you, and I did, but I lost very bad. But thank you. I cannot wait to be back. Merci beaucoup.
Et enfin, il m'a fallu toutes ces années pour parvenir aujourd'hui à ce quart de finale. Il y a en quart de finale, il y a 8 ans pour la première fois, et aujourd'hui en finale. Et je suis très heureuse de pouvoir le partager avec vous. Et Monica, j'ai tellement toujours voulu vous rencontrer. J'avais perdu, mais aujourd'hui je suis là.
Maria, est-ce que tu sais que tu es seulement la 6e joueuse à gagner les 4 grands chelems? Do you know that you only the 6th players to win the 4 major? What does it mean to you?
Well, I will say that no matter how many Grand Slams you win, even if this was the first one I played, or if I didn't have any Grand Slams, to be here and to win this one, if it was my only one, it would be just as special as it is winning my 4th.
Maria ajoute, peu importe le nombre de grands chelems que l'on joue, que l'on gagne, si j'en avais gagné aucun, gagner celui-ci aujourd'hui, c'est le plus spécial et c'est ce qui compte.
Et je crois que tout le monde se pose